stage to keep possession alive.
Huge bid, gets the touch.
It's a great opportunity for the Germans, and they break with ease.
Throw it the full 80 yards to the field? Are you kidding me?
And an incredible catch.
You are kidding me.
Oh my God!
One of the plays of the year.
dominance in the junior country. But this morning we're bringing you a matchup from two teams that are probably no strangers to playing in wind, and it is windy. We've got Halifax's Red starting in white. I'm here with Etienne Fournier, who's just making sure all of our stuff is in the right place. But after a little bit of technical difficulties, we are back. I'll make sure you need to know any facts you can always ask in the chat on YouTube to know what's going on. Circus's pole goes up and Streetcar is going to start with the disc, which lands just beyond their end zone.
Streetcar from Winnipeg wearing the dark jerseys, having to play against Red Circus zone defense, which we have witnessed them practice in the warm-up session prior to this game. It is windy clay this morning. Fortunately, no rain
So far.
so far. Hoping for the best. Weather forecast is looking good for today and for the upcoming 3 days for this national senior championship. 3 divisions: open, women, and mix. Steady disc movement stuck along the sideline, but great reading by Red Circus defense.
Turner saw that coming through all the way. He pitches that up high off the hands of Red Circus. Does that. That is not towed in. We've got our observer team here on the field. They do lines and time. They signal out of bounds.
Streetcar at their own goal line, looking for a solution against Red Circus zone defense. Oh, but an unfortunate drop right on the goal line. Quick dish by number 42, and it's being caught with a small layout, but still Red Circus scoring not only the first point of the game, but a break point it is.
Devon Esmota picked that up and wanted to capitalize on the, I wouldn't say lack of organization, but rather just the timing. Streetcar have to get it back on defense there. That pull in your handler core right on the end zone line, it's very difficult for all the defenders to find who they need. Andrew Johnston was wide open immediately, so good play by Esmota there just to run with it. So glad he made a play early. So now I feel like I'm allowed to just talk about all things Devon.
There is so
right
many
away.
things to say.
So many things to say. Devonson he's an amazing commentator. He just did the Masters. He also did the senior division last year. One thing I'm going to miss from him being up here is I lack, now no offense, Etienne, but I lack anybody to teach me all the lingo. Like I'm too old.
Yeah.
Devon is very good online of with our hot mics and when we're broadcasting pointing out when we sound like old people. Very good at that.
Well, we are indeed old people, right? So Streetcar just suffering a break point to kick things off in this first quarter. First web stream of this senior national championship, moving along this very well against that one-to-one defense from Red Circus. Quick dish, floaty disc, and it's very well read and caught by number 12, Aiden Dutka for Streetcar. First point, making this game a tie one at 1.
You like to see the absence of hesitation from Streetcar. Like, we don't care. Yeah, we're playing a strong team. We know who Red Circus is. We're being put on the live stream field right away. There's that little bit of extra pressure. The observers are here to keep the game at a high pace, which is pretty normal. So
yeah,
a lot of things you don't always get in every game. Everything's present in this one. And that offense was clean, moving pretty quickly. That last pass, kind of high, left it to the receiver to make a play, but at the same time, I mean, it was well enough placed that I think that was just all offense all day. That had a shot, so efficient confidence there by Streetcar.
So Streetcar is a blend of veteran and young guns, which are just out of their junior years. So it's very, very interesting. I was talking to one of the streetcar captains before the game, and he mentioned, just from an organizational standpoint, when those juniors moving to seniors, and then you have to tell, you have to book yourself your flight to go to the national championship. Your parents will not do it. You have to take care of that, right?
Yeah.
So and if they want to rent a car, well, somebody needs a driving license. So kind of a learning curve.
McKnight picked up the ball and plays a little catch with Jung, and he looks for a receiver on the open side in Malachi Winter, but it's a little low and bounces off Winter's hands. Streetcar with a break chance.
In their own red zone, Streetcar looking for a reset in the middle, reaching out to Illigan. Nice pass, but just out of reach of Ferguson, giving the disc back to the Halifax squad.
McKnight picks up again. He'll be an anchor handler for this team. Flips it to Porter. Up the line to a player who we're going to force to put a number on shortly. Porter swings that around, and an easy goal to Winter. Winter getting that back with a sharp cut to the open side.
Great disc movement in the red zone, being very patient, but also not allowing Streetcar defense to settle. And that's what you do when you hold the disc.
Yeah,
you want to move it around.
Big fan. I'm like, when I'm coaching any O-line, it's always whatever you are doing, it's all going to come down to, we'll talk about how to do this, but why we do things is keeping the defense on the back step.
Absolutely.
You never let the defense be comfortable adjusting. If they're always reacting, they hate it. I have teammates, I'll call out my buddy Nathan Lamb, big handler, defender. He will always come to me later and lament how he hates covering certain people because they never let him get set in a position where he feels like he can make something happen. So offensive lines, when you move with efficiency and purpose and quickness, if you can always keep the defense reacting, offense is really easy.
And on the other end, when you teach defense, you want to show how to dictate where the disc is going to go, and you want to tell the offense, well, here's the open side I'm granting you, and you want to force the offense you're defending to pick up the most complicated throws. So Streetcars on the receiving end of Red Circus pull. Once again, the Red Circus setting their zone defense, which have been successful. They've scored their first breakpoint earlier in the game by playing zone defense, but now great disc movement by Streetcar, quickly reaching the midfield. Nice lateral movement going from left to right, back to the lefty, but now stuck on the right hand side, losing a couple of yards, but still now at the brick mark. Great disc movement. Number 39, Jeff Klassen, kind of quarterbacking this O-line. We're going long, floaty disc. Number 21 chasing it, but just a little too long. Great run by Anthony Cao, but turnover in favor of Red Circus.
That's what Circus wanted. They had a very kind of containment style zone. Let the handlers just play with it, but nothing in the middle. Let them take a shot and we'll snack on it. And now this D-line, with one break under their belts, gets off to the races. Johnston tries to go around to Grant McDonald, but it bounces off his hands. McDonald signaling, that's on me, bro.
Streetcar looking for an offense hold. Just on the edge of the red zone, which is the 20 yards right before the end zone. Nice pass going again. Anthony Cao laying it out to catch a disc, but just a couple of inches out of reach. Floaty disc. Wild save by number 13, Aiden Davis. Quickly going on the left. Another dish to Davis. 2 yards away from an offense hold. Some confusion in the stack. Well anticipated by Halifax defender, but there is a call.
A lot of miscues here being caused by the conditions. This Moda's throw for the Circus turnover just popped up into the wind immediately. And handler movement from Streetcar. People are falling down, tripping. Johnston just a minute ago totally had a poached D lined up and then blew a tire as his right foot came out from underneath him. So the the wet, slippery fields, the wind, causing some turnovers. I mean, this is the first game on the first day where 20 minutes in, people are going to calibrate. This is some time to figure out what sort of conditions do we have to deal
Absolutely.
with. Put some, or I should say bank some energy just for that brainstem action of making sure you get your feet set on the slippery field, a little extra snap on the disc. Just some things to remember. And that calibration will, it'll take some time, but not too much time in the senior division. After this game, I think teams will be dialed into what they're dealing with.
So I believe there was a foul call by Streetcar, but we reached out to the observers and said, well, there is no foul. So Red Circus disc.
McDonald needing a reset. Johnson comes underneath for him. He flips it to the open side, and that bounces off the hand of Rory Geddes. So Streetcar back on offense.
With a redemption opportunity. Once again, Carroll being one of the great target, but even though he's working very, very hard, the disc is just always a few inches off.
McDonald around to Johnston. Johnston's going to let it go to Asboda. It's floating, and the Streetcar defender able to get a good read on that. I think that was number 13, if I'm not mistaken, with the play.
Davis making the D. One-to-one defense by Red Circus near their own goal line. Stahl was getting high, needed to get rid of the disc, and it lands midfield for another Red Circus possession.
McDonald over to Johnston. He'll take another shot at the Huck, this time leading his receiver, number 6. Dylan McDonald with the great read. I didn't ask if they were brothers, but it's Grant to Dylan. The McDonalds getting it done for Red Circus.
And it's in the second break point for the Halifax squad, now taking a 3-1 lead in this first half. So great response by Red Circus. They've attempted, and Streetcar, they were telling me before the game that they had 2 scrimmage before coming into national. So this is their 3rd scrimmage. There's a ton of talent, great athleticism, tons of skills on that roster, but they are, I believe, in a chemistry building mode right now.
Oh, I see.
So looking for some connection, which we've seen, the intention is good, but
yes.
Misconnecting.
100%. I mean, we've seen, help me out. There's one player, he's out there right now. He's on the edge of the line. Is it number 91?
It's a 21, Anthony
21.
Cow.
Yeah, Anthony Cow has had lots of bids so far for everything.
Right.
He's getting open, and you're right. It's just dialing it in. He's had a layout. It's bounced off his hands. He's had 2 throws go over his head. I mean, for Streetcar, you're looking at it. You're like, it's right there.
It is. It is. So we're connecting, but we're just a little off still. Let's work this out. Streetcar suffered 2 break point, trailing by 2 right now against Red Circus zone defense. Kind of a junk defense. Kind of a diamond right in front of the handlers with tons of poaches, which you need to be aware of when you're throwing the disc up, holding it back. Handlers still fairly steady at this point, losing yards. They're about 2 yards away from their own goal line. Gonna say it. Callahan, you need to be careful. Now in the corner, Streetcar resetting it. Now it's number 5, Strampler. But here it is, unforced error with great reading by number 10. Vigar.
He flips that around to Turner. Seeing some patience here by Circus. They've got some players left open. Foster, a very dependable handler, was ready for the reset. He sets up in the back once again. Or Archibald, getting it back. And Circus, with some patience, eventually get it back to Vigar. And what I like about that was Circus's, I know it as a Cal zone, Diamond, Arrowhead, whatever.
Yeah.
Their zone, that's all, it's just all about a back and forth movement. Take it easy. we can let their handlers take those horizontal shots and resets all the time.
Yeah.
Because what we're going to do is force some frustration.
Right.
Right? We're going to force some statistics that if they keep swinging it back and forth, eventually they're going to make a mistake. So it's just, that's a lot of intelligence, right? To just be like, just chill in the zone and wait for this team to make a mistake, take a shot. They went for the OI up the line, and it was Vigar who was right there to snack on it. Before I finish this thought, Archibald there with the handling at the back. I actually misread his number, but Liam Archibald, I must say, had a sick semifinal last year in seniors, and you know, he was just so smart in the way he was playing, but also really fired it up. So I'd like to see more action from him in this game. Not that it isn't there already, but I'm kind of excited to see when he turns it on. But just, you know, played real chill in the end zone there for Circus to keep them settled after getting the turn and be a calm offense to get the goal.
Looking forward to it. Red Circus back with their zone defense. Streetcar looking for an answer, and maybe here it is, a nice pass right in the middle to Eric Wang, dishing it back to Klassen. Jeff Klassen now on the left hand side. Still Red Circus holding on their zone defense, even though they're very close to their own goal line. And here's the hole. Streetcar was looking for, their fighting in and taking very well advantage of it, scoring their second point of the game, trailing by 2. It's far to 2 by Red Circus.
Interesting that Streetcar was able to find the holes in the zone that time. I laugh a little bit because Klassen was trapped on the sideline and he faked the hammer to try and get everybody to move back, and no one moved because, you know, he's on the hard side, the windy side, pushing that way. They're close to the end zone. They're like, yeah, bro, go for it. Like it's
yeah, that's what we want.
Yes, and we're getting some indication from the Streetcar offense as well. It's a lot easier when we don't fall over. Number 36 on a Streetcar. That's Michael Bumstead saying, you know, that's a strategic adjustment they've made here to stand up. But it's true, like the conditions play a part.
Yeah.
And like I was saying with Klassen's hammer, like didn't go for it, right? And the conditions are like, yeah, we've got you trapped on the sideline. What are you going to do? But Streetcar seemed to find the break side holes in there to punch it through and had some patience.
So for those who love statistics, good ultimate teams complete 93% of their passes.
93.
So if you round it up, you know, 1 out of 10 will fall down. It will be caught, defended, incomplete. So when you play a zone defense, that's what you want. You want to play the odds to some extent to say, hey, let them make 10, 12, 15 passes. It will go down.
Yeah, we'll count on the turn. McKnight finds a scoop cut up the line. That gets straight to a continue to Jung, and then directly to number 31, Malachi Winter. Well, that was
4 passes, 12 seconds. That's what you want your O-line to execute, right?
Yeah. If you haven't picked it up on listening, viewers, Etienne and I are doing something fun this morning, and we're sharing the play-by-play where he's got Streetcar and I've got Circus. And
something.
Well, back to you, Etienne.
So I get for Streetcar on this last instance, you gotta ask yourself, well, how come we're able to complete 4 passes like in 12 seconds on the open side without us not even like a bit?
Well, yeah.
How can we slow that down?
Yeah.
You know, we need to.
They went.
Okay, let's chat.
They went match defense there.
Right.
Right. And Red Circus just with a few fakes on their cuts. Well, the first cut was a great scoop cut by the unnumbered hero in handling there. And after which their continue cuts were timed so well.
Absolutely.
That it was just a boom, 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 real easy.
Great execution.
Etienne, I think if that player comes over here, I might just remove my headset and get his number.
Yes.
Where I can see on his short. So I'm going to do that. You take over.
So Streetcar on the left-hand side in order to receive a Red Circus. Pull just land. Oh, it's inside, but just quickly rolling out of the field. So it will be put back into play on the sideline while Red Circus applying a ton of pressure with their zone defense, which has been proven successful in this game so far. streetcar handlers looking for an answer. There's 4 handlers right in the back. Not much movement, but now starting to pass and run. 17 with the disc. Turner's pants going back, but miscued. Aiden Davis could not handle that pass. Turnover for Red Circus.
Turner's going to walk over, pick it up, gives his offense time to set. Archibald's going to try a quick explosive cut up the line. It's not there. From the front, McDonald comes back. That's Grant. McDonald finds an undercut to Neem. Turner now notices there's a pick downfield, signals pick. Good recognition by him, and he will let everybody get set up. It's coming in at 1. Turner looks to Grant McDonald. His pass pops up in the air. Streetcar's able to snack on it, bring it down, and Circus gets right back into that diamond zone.
Another pass intended to Kao, but just a little out of reach, and it's not because he's not putting the effort there. They're just like systematic miscued.
Archibald gets the big reset to McPhee. Getting some gains back here with Neem. Vigard now looking for options, has McDonald off the front of the stack. Archibald comes off the front. It's not there. Instead, a round break to Geddes, who flips it back to Turner. McPhee gets it to Archibald. Archibald right up the line, but Neem is already there. Tic-tac-toe. Man, efficient offense, lots of options. The Circus, their O-line has the timing dialed in. That is some well-practiced continuation cutting. I felt like I could barely keep up with how quickly that next pass was going off.
Red Circus really handling the wind very well. We see that they're practicing in their Halifax home base. They're used to deal with that kind of wind.
Cameraman Les pointing out to me, hey, Clay, that was their D-line. So, yes, thanks.
But still, great execution on offense by their D-line.
Yes. Yeah. But nevertheless, I'll put it this way. Offensively, Streetcar seems to have options, execution miscues.
Right.
Red Circus, well-oiled machine right now.
Yeah,
O-line or
they
D-line,
are.
their offense is just clicking. Timeout taken, I'm going to assume, by Streetcar, but I didn't see the signal.
I'm pretty sure it was, but as you very well mentioned, Clay, you see Streetcar, we were just seeing like 4 handlers standing by, static, not moving. And the minute they started to like pass and run, it forces a Red Circus zone defense to adapt and close that continuation. So they and that's where you create holes against a zone defense. So
put them on the back.
Streetcar will have to have more engaged handler against zone defense. So looking forward, that's probably, I suspect that's what they're chatting about in their huddle right now.
Probably wanting to move the disc faster, saying the zone is really slowing us down. What are we going to have to do to play our game rather than have to react? Just behind us.
I would suspect Red Circus would chat, okay, well, we're in control. Driver's seats leading 5-2. We have already 4 break points, so nothing to change. Just keep up the intensity, keep up the execution, and probably stay hydrated. That's something we don't tell enough, I believe.
Yeah.
And not only for the commentator, I mean for the whole the players.
And
also.
it's deceptive in this weather. I mean, it is windy, so the wind chill is a thing right now.
Yeah.
So the sun is shining, and you can see that it is not warm. But you're still doing all that work and using all those calories, burning off that water. So you do have to stay hydrated. You got to keep eating. It's tough because you forget in conditions like this.
Great pull by Red Circus, landing deep into Streetcar's hand zone, but it just, the observers.
That was almost amazing.
Almost, just landing on the line. Imagine if it had landed just a few inches inside. So, Red Circus zone defense again in the death corner, or the corners of death, whatever you prefer. So Streetcar handler looking to answer this tight and well-oiled zone defense played by the Halifax team. So some movement now, starting to engage, but still 3-person in the back. No one is moving upward. They're just moving back and losing some precious yardage. And here we go. Cow once again, the intended receiver, but too high. The wind picking it up.
McIsaac over to McDonald, and Circus just capitalizing immediately on the turnovers. I believe that was Mackenzie Goodwin with the goal. We'll double check. Nevertheless, you know, I'm starting to feel bad for Cal. You know, he's just putting himself out there doing what he can, and people just can't seem to hit him in the vertical window. You know, to complete some passes.
And I don't have his age, but just looking at him, I'm assuming it's part of the rookies on the team. So it can be a little, oh, well, what am I doing wrong? You know, am I just not working hard enough? Well, you know, you're working very well.
No,
it's just that the passes are just
consistently available.
He is,
right?
He is. He's doing a great job. It's the handlers that needs to refine their throws in order to complete their passes. So that was Red Circus, 5th break point, now leading 6-2. We are in a game to 15 or an hour 25 minutes. So if one of the two teams reaches the 15-point mark, then this will put an end to the game. And we are also, we'll be getting a halftime break when one of the two teams reaches the 8-point mark. So almost a half an hour into this game. Streetcar, just that pass was pretty low. Turnover, Red Circus.
Johnston was looking for options. Vigar's able to fight through some traffic. It is inbounds. It's a goal. We're looking around to determine if there's any calls. It looks like there is not. Some chit chat between the players. Everything seems okay. There was some contact. Well, you know, I take it back. Hold on. I think there's some confusion of whether there was a pick or a foul call there. There definitely was some stuff happening between the players physically before that catch was made. So just to wait. The observers usually signal that when they point down to the ground, they're saying catch was made in the end zone. Yeah. Then they put their thumbs to their shoulders and they kind of look at each other and they say, are there any calls? And then when their hands go up if you're familiar with football, the touchdown signal, that's the same in ultimate, is indicating a point. So what they've indicated is it was caught in bounds. Vigar made the play, but can the point be awarded because there might have been an infraction? So that's what's being discussed right now.
That's an important thing to be aware of when you watch an ultimate game. Sometimes you see a point score, and then there's like this little delay. 2 seconds delay or hold. Everybody's holding back before celebrating. Everybody stares at the observers, waiting for the two arms to go upward, confirming the point, but there's still some discussion going around.
And if you want to see an example of what that looks like in a high pressure situation, watch the last point of the Junior Open final yesterday if you're going to watch any of it.
It was very dramatic, very Hollywoodish, I would say.
Yes, quite the crazy finish.
It was. I believe it was the first time that a video replay was used in order to confirm an observer call.
Yeah,
so.
we had a party up here in the booth as Team Orange joined us, and we got out all the screens and we're rewinding and looking at it, and then the commentators had to walk away because we weren't part of it, but we were so curious.
Everybody was wondering, well, what's the protocol? Well, there's no protocol, so let's write one down quickly. While it happens, and it seems there is no points. It will be a streetcar disc stuck in the corner of death. How hard it is to get out, but a great low release by streetcar handler, moving the disc upward. Now at 96 with the disc. Cow. I suspect there's some relative to Anthony. There's Anthony and Raymond. So another low release to Klassen. quickly moving upward now. Strampler with the disc. Little slipping on the field, which is still soaked by yesterday's rain. Cow Raymond with the disc on the left-hand side in the red zone. Streetcar threatening, but no miscue. But almost saved by Bumstead. But unfortunately for Streetcar, it's a red Circus disc.
Johnston just goes for the big huck to seem like an open Rory Geddes, but that pass just aired out and was underthrown.
Red Circus quickly resetting their zone defense, which have been proven very, very successful so far to drive some turnovers. Midfield, Minish with the disc, still stuck against 3 defender. Some crashing in by Klassen. Resetting to Dutka, but bumpy disc for Bumstead and turnover.
Vigard picks up and sees that he's got Neem and goes to him right away. And Circus with some quick passes. Once again, my play-by-play is just ruined. No, I kid. But really quick, efficient movement by Circus. And I gotta say, this is the sort of efficiency you want to see from them to tell the story of how good they'll look through the rest of the tournament. Last year, they got their first medal. They were actually formed in 2003, and the first time getting hardware was last year when they achieved bronze, the bronze medal. Their goals this year is to make top 8 and push for semis, right? You know, they got a medal last year. They'd like to be in a position to do so again. And with the way they're playing, I'm pretty impressed. I want to rewind a little bit because I'm trying to understand, and this will be an interesting thing, I think, to maybe follow up with teams at halftime or perhaps after the game, HN. Why was it a turnover on Vigard's catch?
It seems like a clean catch, and there was no other defender.
Because it was signaled
was there a
in,
pit
and he
call prior
had
to
possession. So we're just brainstorming up here in the booth, trying to figure it out. But I think we can follow up with Turner at halftime to maybe see what that was all about. But that was a strange situation. But we'll find out. That one got away from me.
But from a scorecard perspective, there was no significant impact. Well, actually, Streetcar was able to put the disc threatening. Yeah, it's I believe it's halftime.
Yeah, we're just going to
Red
confirm
Circus
that
just reaching
real
out
quick.
the 8-point mark.
Yeah, so the observers are coming over to the tent here to take a break. I don't see them timing or getting the teams back on there. So it is halftime, so we're going to roll some ads for you and start some quick interviews. So we'll jump off the audio for just a minute here, get some people up here to give you some updates on the game. We'll be right back.
I love working with a team towards a common goal.
For the camaraderie.
Camaraderie and playing with my teammates.
I play for my team.
Teamwork and the connections that I can build on and off field.
For the community and the exercise.
Because of the community and the competition.
I like playing Ultimate Frisbee for the competition.
I play for the competition and the fun.
For fun?
Because fun.
I love getting to work hard.
You get out of it what you put into it.
Leave everything out here.
Every time I step on the field, I want to be a better player.
You know, give something people to talk about.
Be happy but never satisfied. To step away from real life and focus on Frisbee.
I play because I love Ultimate.
Find your drive.
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 So we're back in the booth with Grant McDonald wearing number 9 for Red Circus. So Grant, you guys had an amazing first half so far. So what went so good? How do you explain that 8-2 lead so far?
Yeah, we're doing a good job executing our zone right now. We're still trying to work on it, perfect it for the further games in the tournament. But right now we're making them throw a lot of passes. It's pretty swirly, pretty windy. It gusts every once in a while, so that's leading to our advantage. And our offense, when they go out there, they look awesome. They look super smooth, so keeps us playing defense, makes it hard on the other team.
There's pretty strong wind gusts this morning here in Edmonton, but you guys seem to handle it pretty well. So is it like an environment you guys are used to training to?
Yeah, it gets pretty windy in Halifax from time to time, so we got some good practice. I think we're still dialing in our throws, so looking for us to be at a higher execution here in the next half and as we go forward, but doing not too bad.
And anything you'd like to adjust or change in the second half in order to sustain that lead?
Yeah, well, we're looking to probably continue with our zone here since all the gusty wind, and looking to try and be more clean and execute our offense a little better for the D side of the ball. Once our offense gets out there, they're doing great, so we're just going to keep them doing what they're doing.
Well, thank you very much, Grant, and wishing you the best for the remaining of the game and throughout the tournament.
Thank you so
Take
much.
care. Thank you.
You too.
All right, now we're joined with Aiden Dutka from Streetcar. Aiden, we're going to do a quick one here because half is about to end, but you and I were walking up to the booth here and just talking about how this is a really exciting moment for your team.
Yeah, this is Streetcar's second nationals now and our first streamed game ever, so it's an exciting opportunity for a B team to come out and get to play in front of such a big audience, you know, and get to watch each other and see the growth over the weekend. So yeah,
right.
Thanks for having us.
And so this is your second year, and you say you're a B team. Can you give us a very quick summary of like how your season has gone, how you guys have coalesced as a team?
It's really come together quite quickly. When we heard about the deadline for nationals in the beginning of July, we said, let's see how many guys we can get together for practicing for a month and a half. And we found a squad of 25 guys that have been coming out twice a week and playing on dirty fields for a chance to come out to nationals. So we got some hearts and some grit, but not a lot of practice. So this is a good chance for us to come and put our skills to the test.
And so what are you most looking forward to for the rest of the tournament?
I think just to see the individual growth of all of our players. A lot of us, it's our first nationals. Well, a lot of the younger guys. I'm one of the old guys, I guess now, but a lot of the younger guys, it's their first nationals, their first time playing against some big grown men. So it's fun to see the growth and the development of the sport in Manitoba.
Oh, fantastic. Yeah. Hey man, well, good luck for the rest of the game. I think we're just about to get the pull off here from your team.
Perfect.
So.
Thanks. Hey, shout out to King Julian, Morton, Maurice from Streetcar. Thanks.
Well, Red Circus is going to start on offense this half, as they did start the game off with the break. So the Red Circus O-line gets started. Foster picks up and centers to McKnight. His pass is a little bit high for Chapman, but he elevates, flips that around to Foster, and Jung has had great continuation cutting this game, so he's immediately available in the middle. Seeing his own look from Streetcar here. Now they finally are able to get some contain on McKnight, and Jung happy to just play some pass. McKnight, no stranger to high pressure situations handling. Got that reset for in his team, and then Porter and Jung easily work it back up front. Etienne once again, just that offensive flow from Red Circus, no matter the line, really at this point, is just clicking along.
Very, very unstoppable. They had a little challenge at the beginning of their hold, but they figured out, they found once they got the motion on, they were just barely unstoppable. So an amazing execution by the white jerseys. And Streetcar is okay, well, what can we do to stop that? We just tried a zone defense, and well, after it took them like 5 or 6 passes to went over the zone defense, so they will need to put some adjustment, maybe have a little tighter zone and some good also transition whenever the disc goes above the zone defense. So
I saw something interesting there. I mean, my background on some of these players: Thompson McKnight, number 7, world champ in the Team Canada Open Masters at Worlds in Irvine last year, and he was an O-line handler. And at that level, you see a little bit more of intelligence from defenses knowing what's going to happen. There, Streetcar was expecting a dump and swing. When McKnight got the dump, he immediately went right back forwards. So Streetcar's defense was actually moving the wrong way and really opened it up for Red Circus. So using some experience and some, variety of knowledge there to fool that D.
So a 3-player handler, and once again, is it Kao who was the intended receiver, or it's Eric Wang this time? Just miscued by Streetcar, turnover for the Halifax squad.
McPhee finds Esmoda. Esmoda's going to throw that backhand up the line. It's just got a little too much spice on it for Dylan McDonald, but Circus gets right back into a zone.
At their own goal line in that infamous corner of death. When you're trapped against a zone defense, it's very, very hard to find a hole, but Streetcar resolutes that issue, but still in their own goal line, no movement by the Streetcar handlers right now. They're being maybe a little too static. And here we go, Cow catching his first pass, but unfortunately, Turfs is continuation.
Not seeing any crashing or following of the pass from Streetcar. It's too late. They need a handler to throw a pass and then follow his pass. Get ahead of the zone. But Circus with another shot at it here. Dylan McDonald gets that up for McPhee. McPhee with the read. He gets it on the second effort. A little scary there, but brings it in. Archibald can just flip that to Dylan McDonald. And that is another break for Red Circus.
Red Circus, the first break point of the second half. They're now leading 10-2. So Streetcar really looking to find some solution, finding some chemistry, because as you very well highlighted, Clay, saying there's no continuation. Whenever they find a little hole, they're just looking upward. There's no one comes in, so they have to go on the right hand side, and the handler movement seems to lack of some energy and some running.
There's lots of different ways to think about it. I think one simple analogy I've always used is if you're a handler, right, and you throw a swing, you're in the middle of the field, and you throw a dump or anything, for that moment, switch yourself into a spot where you're like, I am now the quote-unquote fourth person in the cup, the fourth person in the zone. Yeah. And as this person, I'm going to be the first one out of us 4 that's going to get in front of the disc. I'm going to win the race. Because often cups do that, is they're not racing each other, but they have to move really quickly and get in front of the disc. So I say, if I was the defense, I'd want to be here right now. But the nice thing on offense is they're actually going to throw to me, right? And no one's doing that. No one's racing the cup across the field.
Said. Streetcar against Red Circus zone defense. As Grant McDonald mentioned in the halftime interviews, well, we're doing a good job on the zone, so why, you don't fix something that's not broken, so we'll intend to continue doing it. Now the stall is getting high, and it's a stall down. Great mark by number 10 from the Red Circus, Liam Vigar.
Johnston will swing that to the middle, has Grant McDonald. underneath the Gettys. He gets that to Vigard. Vigard doesn't like the first option, but McDonald was there, but Vigard's pass just catches the windy edge and it's pushed out of bounds.
This will be put back into play in the corner. And Clay, how frustrating it is when you get stalled down, you know?
It's really tough.
And like great pivoting where it was looking maybe just to put the disc away, but there was like with the wind and the mark and the defense, just got stuck.
Also at this level though, at that point you want to see a punt. You know it's going to be a turnover if it stays in your hands. Just put it, hope for the best, even if
somewhere.
you know. Yeah.
You're absolutely
and just get some field position at the very least. Because now, like once again on this turnover, this is the second shot where Circus is in their red zone. Johnston looking for Vigard, blows a tire, but McDonald sticks around. Over to Johnston. Asmoda with the dad pass to Johnston, and we call it the dad pass because you line up on your flick side. It looks like you're going to throw that forehand, but no, you bang it off your knee, get that dirt off, can't throw a disc, you know, with any debris on it, and then you flip the backhand from your flick side. If you had a dad teaching you how to play Frisbee growing up that wasn't an ultimate player, he always threw it that way.
That was the only way.
That was the only way.
It was not only the only way, but the only right way to throw it.
But like I was saying, I just want to see Streetcar develop a way to get better field position on offense here. How should I put this? I'm not saying, hey, go turn it over somewhere better, but we need to see some better hard work to get themselves out of these really tough spots on the field. We need more crashes. We need some availability deep. And I guess what I'm getting to really is we need handlers to make a choice early and go for it. Find that option, work really hard to break the mark, because if you're waiting for the perfect moment, you're increasing the chances of a turnover in a bad spot on the field.
You're right. And let's keep in mind that Red Circus had a podium last year at this national championship, while Streetcar are playing their third game together. So they're the well-oiled machine, the Halifax squad. You've seen them very well perform, while Streetcar, I believe, is in a learning mode right now. So once again, very effective zone defense, not allowing, but here goes some handler movement led by 36 Bumstead for the Streetcar, and here's a continuation. So seeing some improvement. Turner Spence getting involved, running, but the disc is thrown in the air, but well intercepted, but quickly turned by Red Circus, which is something that we haven't seen much of throughout this game. But right in the middle to guess who number 6, Eric Wang, laying it out, but turnover.
McPhee is left without a mark, still doesn't have one, so this is going to be easy. Neem's check was backing him, so in fact all Streetcar's backing right now, so a lot of easy options here for Red Circus. McPhee with the scoop cut, doesn't like the toss to Dylan McDonald, and there's a collision slash pick slash foul. And while Tim McIsaac was there waiting for the pass, I think that stoppage is going to make it go back, because never mind, it was just a pick. I thought it was a foul, but since it was only, I'm going to just wait.
and kind of that rumble out there.
Yeah.
Fortunately, everybody's up on their own feet.
It was a pick call. It wasn't a foul. It didn't affect. So the goal to McIsaac stands. Then there was a discussion of, well, I was picked on McIsaac, right? And they're like, no, you were too far. So it's a goal.
And my reading of the situation is that the whole foul thing that no impact on the game was all driven by Breton McPhee with a great fake.
You're right.
You're a coach,
yes.
Clay, and you want to teach your kids. Well, when you fake, make it credible. Because sometimes you'll see a defender like hops in that you haven't seen. So you're creating space and you're just forcing the defense to commit to something, which might open another open space.
And that's good ultimate 101. I mean, when I was getting better at this game, I was taught the same thing by Hall of Famer Mike Grant. You throw a pump fake, you make the defense move. It's stuff that's been around forever, and you need to remember to do. And McPhee's fake was, if I go back to another old furious guy, Mauro Ortiz would always say, make that fake violent. That was the word he used.
Violent.
Make it violent, because everybody will buy it.
That's definitely catching your imagination. Floaty first pass defended by Asmota. Red Circus in the red zone.
Johnson is going to flip that back to Asmota. It's over his head, and Streetcar gets it back.
Quickly, Red Circus setting their zone, but wobbly pass.
Got all over.
Down by the wind.
And Johnston comes through and just looks for the little dish pass. The body language I read from Johnston was just like, just give it to me and end this.
Yeah. You guys can't handle it. Let me do the job. So 13-2 for Red Circus in this open division pool play. We are in Pool K. Red Circus is seeded second, while Streetcar is seeded fourth.
Now, I believe Streetcar just called a timeout if I saw the observer signal. Yeah, Duke is following up with him just to work out what happened in the end zone earlier. Doesn't really matter. Just getting some clarification.
11-point lead by Red Circus.
Just going to take this opportunity to thank all the volunteers and the Edmonton Ultimate Association for all the hard work in keeping this tournament going. The funny thing, Etienne, is I've been walking to the tents yesterday when we had some downtime and it was raining and it was windy and I was miserable, and some of the other staff from Ultimate Canada who flew in here were just like, oh my God, I can't handle this. This is too much. All the Edmontonians were just like, no expression change. They're like, yeah, this is home. What deal? We're fine. It's cool. Do you need anything? We're good. And they were just so calm, cool, collected to, they know what Edmonton weather will do and how it will not. The forecast here means nothing.
Yeah.
And they know that. And they have just been holding it down here with ease and some veterancy in these conditions, and everything has just been running so smoothly. And we're getting everything we need. The players are getting everything they need. So just props to them for keeping this tournament so efficient.
So there was about 1,000 athletes attending the junior division tournament, which was played from Monday to Wednesday. And now we're kicking off the senior division, now 3 division, open, women, and mixed. So there's about 1,500 athletes flying to Edmonton or driving. Who knows?
But maybe not flying.
Maybe they will not be able to fly out upon Air Canada's strike or not. Well, we'll see when we'll get there. But in the meantime, so congratulations and huge kudos to all those volunteers and Ultimate Canada for putting together such a great event, and also to all the partners taking part in the success of this event. A long pool landing just inbound, but inside of Streetcar end zone. But some, what did you say, a flat tire there?
Blown tire.
There you go. So unfortunate.
Well, Turner's going to pick up, captain of the team, big veteran. Doesn't elect to go for the foot race, and another blown tire. It's happening everywhere on this field. Maybe there's tacks and spikes on the ground. Get your tires checked, folks.
So great momentum by Streetcar. Raymond Cao to Spence in the middle. Spence attacking the line. Cao, sweet little dish pass. Red Circus now playing a one-to-one defense, seemingly making Streetcar's O-line life a little easier, but drop disc. It's the right jerseys.
signal from Brett McPhee to just calm everything down, everybody. Turner takes his time coming up to the disc. McDonald off the back of the stack is wide open. Instead, it is Dylan who's open underneath. He'll flip that over to Grant. Grant is going to air that out for Turner. Turner with the read, and the wind just takes it out of bounds. Turner made a great adjustment as that got caught in the air, but it was still just a little too high in the wind.
So the Winnipeg squad will put the disc back into play. And I believe Red Circus is slowly but surely setting their zone defense. Well, was there a call? The observers.
Oh, it's an injury.
An injury. So I didn't notice who got off the field. But I guess it's not.
Yeah, it was number 36. Michael Bumstead, I think, just took a sub, and Aiden Davis comes on for Streetcar.
So Streetcar at their own goal line against Red Circus zone defense. Going long. What a great opening, great pass, finding Anthony Cow in the middle of the field along the sideline. Cow looking to reset. Oh, that was well, no, it touched the ground before it was caught, unfortunately.
Dylan McDonald has Turner on the open side. Turner is going to go for the around to Grant McDonald. McPhee, the well-timed continues. Another well-timed continue as well to McIsaac, but that thrown to the wrong side of his momentum. Dutka will pick up against this zone.
So we see Streetcar's handler finding a little hole into Red Circus zone defense, moving the disc upward, just out of their own red zone. Still very well defended by Red Circus. Nice catch by 17 Spence, having to kneel in order to save that disc. But here's the hole, the opportunity for Streetcar to score their third point of the game. But oh, nice grab, saved by Streetcar handler. One-to-one defense transition by Red Circus. Wind is gusting here in Edmonton, which makes everybody's life easier. Ninth inside look by number 6, Eric Wang, dishing it on the right-hand side, but oh, just a little too quick release, a little too low. Number 12, Dutka, giving the disc back.
He seemed to mix two skills there. He did the hop to try and get the extra yards on his, slowing down, and at the same time, the quick dish, and mixing those two together is very difficult to execute. Grant McDonald again looking for Dylan. Dylan has a good read, and he has a one-on-one, which completes to Will Ceballos. And that brings our score to 14-2, I believe.
14-2. Streetcar haven't scored a point yet in this second half. It's all been about Red Circus. But Clay, was that a 69-ish yard long throw we just witnessed with the wind going sideways? Impressive execution by, I don't know who, Red Circus handler who pulled that long pass, but still,
yeah, that's right. He was
just
a foot ahead of the line there, and then
he caught it about a
foot
shy of the end zone, kind of. So impressive throw considering the wind condition that goes from the bottom end of your screen towards the upper end.
Had the right edge on it, with the wind coming from our, well, how should I put this? Our bottom left to our top right.
Yeah.
On the screen, if that makes sense, corner to corner, on the diagonal. Getting those IO backhands, if you're a right-handed player, is going to give you a lot of distance, but you really have to get that edge perfect coming out of your hand, because if the wind gets under the disc too much, it just pushes it out of bounds, and that has happened to Red Circus a few times.
It's all about physics. Streetcar, oh, nice pull, landing a few inches shy of the sideline, allowing Red Circus to set their zone defense right from the start. But great disc movement by Streetcar, going from the right-hand side towards the left-hand side. Quick dish, but oh, the disc Did it slip out of the handler's hand, or was there a contact? He's claiming there was a contact, but some discussion. I don't think it will be contested.
Aaron KS there, the thrower, he's a coach in Vancouver, coaches several teams, so he knows what he's talking about. So foul called, no contest.
Quickly resolve right in the middle, but nice way to chase it by number 19, Ben Warren. Floated this, well read and attacked in the air by Coyston. 1-to-1 defense by Red Circus in the red zone. Davis, pass and run, attacking the line, but it's blocked by Esmoda. Red Circus saying no score under my watch.
Big double hand stuff by Esmoda there. And I'm sure he'll ask us if we got that later. Johnston picks up. Archibald's up the line. He doesn't like it. Instead, he's able to get that to Wortman. Archibald now doesn't like the option up line. He gets it around to Vigar. Johnston now looking for an underneath throw to Wortman. Wortman using the wheels, has all the space he wants, but no cutters in front of them. Archibald comes back for the reset, quickly flips the field to Johnston. And Johnston will get Asmoda, and Asmoda with the bookends. No one's signaling it. I hate that. But the bookends D, getting the D in the end zone, defending your own end zone, and then all the way back with the goal. I thought Red Circus had all the cheers and all the excitement for these sorts of things, and they're failing, and I'm upset. Maybe I'm biased towards Devon, but that was for the win. So 15-2, Red Circus takes it. I think this game, Etienne, was a tale of showing how practiced a team is. We saw the results of this.
Yes, Red Circus just entered this game, so okay, we got some business to do, and we're going to do it as clean and as fast as we can. We are an hour, 2 minutes into the intended hour, 25 minutes for this game, and they have reached out the 15-point mark. While Streetcar scored there's 2 goals in the first half. They haven't scored any scored in the second half, just displaying how Red Circus were dominant throughout this game. So great learning curves by Streetcar and great execution by the Halifax squad, who are aiming at big goals for this national championship.
Well, coming up, there will be more pool play on our showcase field here, sponsored by Discraft and PE Ultimate, who have been big sponsors for this week. You'll hear us talking about them a lot throughout the week, and we will be back. As Etienne said, it was a short time slot today, so our stream will be from the mixed division. Spawn from the Maritimes and Danger Noodle from Ontario, I want to say Toronto, will be the next stream, but we are going to take more of a moderate break than we usually do before that stream. So stay tuned, and if you want to see the timing for the next stream or any subsequent ones, just check out Ultimate Canada's website. It has links to the tournament website, as well as checking Ultimate Canada's social media, where we are posting games and sometimes also updating them with the matchups once we have them later on in the week. We'll be back soon.
On the grand stage to keep possession.
Huge bid, gets the target.
Great opportunity for the Germans, and they break it.
Throw it the full 80 yards to the field? Are you kidding me?
And an incredible pick.
You are kidding me.
Oh my God!
One of the plays of the year.